let's dive into closing costs for your new home, because listen, I posted this on YouTube Shorts, Instagram, TikTok, and the response was huge because, I mean, closing costs are kind of a mystery because we constantly hear about loan programs and how much do I need to put down on a home. For every home purchase and every mortgage refinance, you will need closing costs. So, but first, wait a minute. First, I want to say thank you for watching. If you could hit that subscribe button, if you could share this with a friend, text it to them, send it with a picture with a note. I don't know. When you are purchasing a home, you're going to find out two things. You're going to find out your down payment and your closing costs. Down payment plus closing costs equals your cash to close. So before you go under contract, when you're in that pre-approval phase, you absolutely should have this conversation with your mortgage lender on, hey, what's my loan program? What's my down payment? What's my closing costs? But first I want to say closing costs vary. So closing costs are based on your financial profile, is based on the home itself, and it's based on your jurisdiction. Now, conservatively, I always tell people, listen, since we don't know which house you're going to choose and we don't know where the seller is on property taxes, we don't know your homeowner's insurance right now, conservatively, let's plan on 3 to 6% of your purchase price. It's always best to hedge yourselves and be conservative whenever you're dealing with your money, somebody else's money, because you never want to blindside someone, and you can always, it's always a good surprise when you spend less. So when you go under contract, the numbers will tighten up as we go. When you go under contract, you will receive a set of loan documents called your initial disclosures. In the initial disclosures is a loan estimate. On the loan estimate, it will break down your terms. So your loan program, your down payment, your closing costs, translating to your cash to close. Now, on the loan estimate, it will break down sections A through J, these closing costs. So let's dive into these closing costs, okay? So box A is your lender controlled costs. So box A is going to be if your lender has an origination fee, if they have an application fee, underwriting fee, processing fee, wire fee, funding fee, credit report fee. Now, for me, I only have an underwriting and processing fee. So I'm not judging. Do your thing, other lenders, but you're going to get 2 lines with me and maybe a discount point because of where we are in the economy, right? So the underwriting fees, the processing fees, et cetera, those are self-explanatory. Your discount point is tied to your rate. What I've noticed is, of course, when the economy is doing well, discount points are really non-existent. Discount points, you can even get credits back when the economy is good. The bank will pay you to take maybe a slightly higher rate. Or if you need help with your closing costs, okay, you can take a slightly higher rate and get money back, right? But when the economy is not so good, discount points can happen, okay? Discount points may be 1 point, it may be 2 points, it may 3, 4, 5, I don't know. So discount points are based on the rate at that moment in time. Now, when I say a discount point, 1 point means 1%. So 1 discount point will be 1% of your loan size. So now you guys know discount point, and then all those other fees that's in box A is controlled by your lender. The secret's out. So moving on to box B. Box B are services you cannot shop for. So things like your appraisal, or if you are in an FHA loan, there will be an upfront mortgage insurance premium. So your appraisal is absolutely something that you cannot wake up and say, oh, I'm going to call and order the appraisal. I know a guy who knows a guy. No, because appraisals are the opinion of your house. It needs to come from a neutral third party. So even as your lender, I'm not even allowed to talk to the appraiser. Also in this section, if you are in an FHA loan, you will see an upfront mortgage insurance premium charge, which is 1.75% of your loan that is charged by the government. That is a government charge. Now, when you move down to section C, that is your title cost. Title you absolutely can shop for. So title cost, depending on your area, you know, let's say for instance in New Jersey, a $300,000 home title cost can cost about $1,800, maybe $2,000. Title is the service that makes sure the home that is being transferred to you is coming to you in a clean state. So no liens, etc. Then you move on to the next section, which are your recording fees or your transfer taxes or your county fees. So for example, in the state of New Jersey, transfer taxes are paid by the seller. Or for example, in the state of PA, transfer taxes are split between the seller and the buyer. Then the next section are your prepaids, your prepaid interest, your prepaid insurance, or your prepaid property taxes. So depending on the tax calendar and when the seller paid their taxes, that is going to show, hey, you need to prepay maybe 2 months. Anytime you purchase a new home, you will need to prepay a 12-month insurance policy. So that is mandated by the gods to be. So, but that's okay. And then prepaid interest is based on the day that we close, right? Then our next section is our escrow. We have to escrow a couple months for your homeowner's insurance and for property taxes. The bank always needs to secure a cushion for if anything were to happen if you were to default on your home. So then the final section is a title optional service to make sure the title don't slip anything through the cracks. I always suggest get the optional additional title insurance, but that's the charge that comes from the title company themselves. So those are your closing costs, and then your closing costs plus your down payment is going to be your cash to close. Conservatively, plan on 3 to 6% of your purchase price to be your closing costs. Your lender controls box A. All lenders' fees are, of course, different. Your discount point is tied to the rate that you're getting because rate is important to everyone. However, getting your deal closed on time, etc., is important too. So I hope this helps you guys understand closing costs, and make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the like button, and share with a friend.